Welcome to Compass Insurance Advisors. I'm Arthur Barlow, and today we're going to be talking about 5 technology platforms that every health insurance agent needs. Now, technology is a huge component to the success of every insurance agent. Things that you can automate and not spend your time doing, like repetitive tasks that are more admin-based, that you can have your software maybe take care of for you so that you're not spending your time on those things, but focusing more on client acquisition and building those relationships, the better off and more successful you're going to be. So the first thing that we want to talk about today is a CRM system. So a customer relationship manager platform is a vital tool to your success. It's really the keystone of all of sales and marketing, where you're tracking everything with your client follow-up, your notes, your follow-up actions, your campaigns. Everything that's happening with those clients you want to house in a good CRM system. And the more that it can automate things for you with any marketing campaigns, texting, email, note templates, things like that that you don't have to then type or do every single time, it's working for you and helping you build your pipeline and your overall book of business. So this first bullet point here is to manage your clients' communication and how you're actually reaching out to those clients. That's all needing to be done in a good CRM system so that you know exactly what's happening, when it's happening, and you have a history of everything. Second thing is, don't let your clients' needs slip through the cracks. And so you have to be very good at servicing. And it's the year 2022. Don't be writing this stuff down and taking paper notes or putting paper files into a filing cabinet. House all of this in a CRM so that you can access it at any moment, and so can any of your staff as well. Follow up with your clients in a timely fashion. You should know what the last touch point was and how consistently you're reaching out to these clients and keeping that relationship blossoming and growing consistently. Proactive servicing. So sometimes you don't need to necessarily wait for your clients to come to you. Do an outreach to them, maybe a quarterly newsletter or just an email about something of value or another product that they aren't aware of, and proactively reaching out to them. That'll solicit them to maybe talk to you about a servicing item that you otherwise wouldn't have been aware of, and that's an opportunity to grow that relationship with that client and maybe even earn some referrals as well. Increase loyalty and customer retention. That's the whole goal here, right? Is to have long-term customers, and the CRM is going to really help you do that. So a couple of CRM options that are out in the market. You have Infusionsoft, also known as Keep. And so that's a great CRM system that can help automate many things for you. You have Salesforce, very, very popular platform, a little bit higher cost. HubSpot, Zoho. There are so many options out there with good CRM systems. And so it's very important that you choose one that fits your model and your needs the best. And so we have our Compass Presentation Navigator, the Compass CPN, and that's really built to act as a CRM for insurance agents, and it really puts everything into one place and can automate a lot of those things that we just talked about for you. Number 2, we have quoting and presentation automation. It is vital that you have a good platform to automate the quoting and the presentation. Most quoting platforms out there don't automate your presentation for you, and some of the platforms that we're going to talk about really are just more for quoting and not really for presentation. How are you presenting the value that you provide to your clients and prospects? What are you telling them that you're going to be doing for them? How are you selling yourself? A quoting platform is not going to do those things. You're going to sell based on price if you use only a quoting platform, and you will eventually lose on price as well. So with these quoting and presentation platforms, a couple of things to watch out for is you really want to reduce the need to go to multiple carrier websites. Everything should really be in one place so that you're not bouncing between this website, this portal, that portal, trying to pull in your own files from many different places. Really, you want to have a platform that pulls everything into one place for you. So we talk about automation, saving you time. That is time. And if you do 1,000 presentations in a year, that really, really adds up, even if it's just saving you a couple of minutes each time. Quote multiple products in one presentation. And so that's what most platforms also do not do, is quote a lot of different products as opposed to just that one vertical. There's many platforms that will quote all of your ACA or all of your Medicare or those various verticals, but there's no platform that will actually quote from all these different carriers with health, Medicare, group life, and supplements, and so that you can build a complete presentation all in one place. Quote products nationwide. Now most platforms do accomplish that, and so it's very key that you are able to quote nationwide. So even if you have states that you're not licensed in, still having the ability to quote out of state, because those things are going to come up when you'll have people that have questions that you can maybe just hop in and just see what those scenarios look like. Even if that state's not a targeted focus for you, it's still going to be very, very handy to have that capability. Easily analyze plans side by side. So again, most quoting platforms with health and Medicare do an okay job at doing that. They don't really do a deep dive or really show you the full picture. There's a lot of detail that's kind of just clumped together, but there's really a better way to show them in a clean side-by-side comparison, and maybe even do an analysis on it on which plan would be the best. Automate your quoting presentation, analysis, and client follow-up. That's a big part of that, is not just automating your quoting and presentation, but your actual client follow-up after the sale's been made. You need to have the ability, hopefully in one click, to send your client all of the brochures, the cost breakdown, the provider search links, the carrier phone numbers, any life insurance quotes that were ran, etc., all in one click would be ideal. Because again, if you're having to manually put these emails together and attach these files, that time's really going to add up, especially if you're doing it hundreds or even thousands of times per year. A proven presentation. So in my experience, is a lot of agents that I've talked to, they don't really have a structured presentation. A lot of agents still even use a yellow pad to do their presentation and kind of drawing things out. You want to have really something that's a little bit more rapid fire, something you can even do on an online meeting perhaps, and you can't really do that on a yellow pad of paper. And so having a proven presentation that you can continually make better after every time that you utilize it and improve it and perfect it over time is vital. You have to sell yourself at the highest level in the value that you provide to these clients. Next, you want to have a platform that with one click can send all the follow-up costs, benefits, and brochures. If you're manually putting those emails together, you really want to have a platform with one click that sends all that stuff out to your clients. And so rather than them calling you and asking you these basic questions for information that you should have supplied to them in the first place, have that sent out with one click so that you can focus your areas of talking to them and helping them out in other ways and not those simple things that you could have automated. Educate prospects the right way for industry-leading persistency. This is vital in that you need to have your client understand what they're getting and why they're getting it. And so in this industry, nobody should really be a hard closer. That's not what this industry is about. This industry is about educating the client and looking out for the client's best needs. You're overcoming these objections and all their questions throughout the entire presentation, so there truly is no need for a high-pressure close. If you're not doing it right, then yeah, you're gonna have an uncomfortable close and trying to pressure somebody into getting something, and it's gonna be high pressure and difficult because they don't understand what they're getting and why they're getting it. You have to do a really good job in educating the client so they understand what they're getting and why they're getting it. So some of the quoting platforms out there, you have Quoted, which is a very popular platform. It's a good platform. It can accomplish some of the things that we talked about, but there's a lot of things we talked about that it simply cannot do. And so it's available. Some places you can get that at no cost. Other avenues, there's going to be a cost involved with that. So that's one option. You have Health Sherpa, a very popular platform with ACA. And so Health Sherpa is great in that it'll quote all of your ACA health insurance, but it's not going to do a whole lot else for you as far as any kind of a presentation or cross-selling other ancillary products. There's a little bit of dental and vision in there, but it's very limited and usually only with marketplace plans. Healthcare.gov, in our opinion, that's the worst thing an agent could use to do any kind of a presentation or sales process. Healthcare.gov is not going to add any credibility to you, the agent. You're the professional. You've got to sell the value of yourself and what you're providing to the client. Going to a platform such as healthcare.gov and using that as your presentation platform destroys your credibility because the client can go and do the exact same thing. And so while it's great for quoting just to maybe see some rates and the tax credit, it's really not meant to be used for anything above and beyond that. Medicare.gov, exact same thing. It's a great tool where you can see all of the different plans and costs, and you can even do some searches as far as the providers and the prescriptions to make sure that we're doing the right thing for that client's needs. including their prescriptions and finding the right solutions for those prescription needs. And so it's good for things like that, but again, there's no presentation, you really can't cross-sell, it's really not the best solution for what you should be focusing on. Again, we have our Compass Presentation Navigator that does everything that we had talked about all in one place. So it has a proven presentation that gets dynamically created for every agent. It does all the quoting. It will quote all of the ancillary supplements, dental, vision, life insurance, everything in one place. So you don't have to go to multiple platforms. It does all of your client follow-up automation. It really makes your life incredibly easier and more efficient so you can focus on meeting with clients and growing your book of business. Number 3, we have scheduling automation. It's very important that you have a good platform for your scheduling automation. You don't want to be doing all of your scheduling manually. That's just yet one more task that you're doing and spending time on that could be automated. And you really should give your clients the ability to schedule their own meetings as well as your leads to do that too. So with a good scheduling platform, you really want to have one that saves you time and has personalized booking links that you can share with your prospects, and so they're customized to you. And you can go ahead and add those to your email signature, put them on your website, have them available in various places and make it really easy for you to do business with. The second thing is one that will really help to increase your show rate and automatic reminders. So as you have people schedule appointments or you do it, that it'll send them reminders leading up to the actual meeting and any other information that will be relevant, such as maybe the agenda or the address or an online link that you're going to be meeting on, etc. So have those things automated and built in so that you're not spending time on that stuff and you can just focus on the things that are really going to help you grow your overall business. So a couple of good scheduling platforms that you can look at is Appointment Core. That's a great platform. They're all pretty similar for the most part. Many of them have many integrations with other things like Google Calendar, etc., etc. So most of them are pretty similar, but there's going to be some variations in interface, cost, things like that. Calendly, very popular platform for scheduling. Capterra is a really good platform for scheduling. Our Compass Presentation Navigator, we have it all built in, and so it's fully integrated and just really makes life easier for the agent, and just having all those things just happen in the natural flow of your business and not having to jump into yet another platform. It's all in one place. Number 4, an online meeting platform. This is essential in this day and age, especially post-COVID. Everybody's expectations are typically to do an online meeting. It's efficient, it saves people transit time. There's a lot of great platforms that are really easy to use, so this is a vital piece of your overall business. You've got to have this in place, so having a good online platform to conduct meetings is vital. Okay, so with these online meeting platforms, you really want to have a platform where you can do a video conference with your client. That's what these online meeting platforms do, obviously. And it's essential to have this in place because, as I mentioned, it is expected post-COVID. Everyone's expecting you to maybe conduct business online, and so make it as efficient and good as possible. Moving online is really not as hard as everyone thinks. It's a pretty easy transition. Test this out. Do a lot of different test runs if you're new to it, and practice sharing the link, practice logging on, making sure that the person on the other end has an easy process in logging on and viewing your screen and your webcam. Make sure that you do both. You want the client to get a good combination of visual and audio so that their retention goes up. But having them be able to actually see you, look professional, dress as if you're meeting face to face anyway, and convey that professionalism, that'll add to your credibility and build the relationship that much better. And so Compass provides training on the online meeting links, and we go through a lot of things with agents to really help you just make this as good as if it was face-to-face. There's a lot of detail that you have to be focused on, but it makes a huge difference long-term. So what are a couple of good online meeting platforms? You have Zoom. Zoom is a very popular platform, very easy to use. There's a free account version. There's other versions that cost more money with more bells and whistles. But overall, a lot of these platforms are very, very good. There's not really any out there that are bad. It's just kind of choosing which one fits your model the best. Google Meet, integrated with the Google G Suite, a really easy platform. Most people are used to this. A lot of people have a Gmail account, and so it's easy for them just to simply log on. You can download it on a mobile app. You have it on your desktop, and so that's a really good platform to integrate. We've got Uber Conference, also a very good platform at no cost. Most people haven't heard of Uber Conference. There's so many platforms out there, but this one also is very easy to use and great for one-on-one type meetings. Microsoft Teams, also popular, probably more popular in the business environment and not as much in just the direct-to-consumer environment, but it's also a very easy-to-use platform. People don't even need to download anything. They can access that from their browser, and so that's another one. Our Compass Presentation Navigator has Google Meet integrated into it. So again, you're not going to a different platform or doing any of these things. With one click, you can share your meeting link with any prospect or client and launch the online meeting just seamlessly at any given time. Number 5, a policy tracker. Most agents don't have this in place, and again, talking about technology and automation, this is vital. This is vital for it being a platform to help you check and balance what you're saying is happening versus what the carriers might show is happening. So having a good policy tracker is going to really where you should track every policy that you wrote. And so it's your master list. Anytime you make a sale, every and any policy should be on that list. Carriers make mistakes, and oftentimes it's not really their fault, or maybe it's going from a platform like healthcare.gov over to the carrier where you got left off as the agent, things like that. And so it's not really anybody's fault, but you have to reconcile. You got to track this stuff and compare what you actually did with what they show, and you will find it's never going to be perfect, and there's some cleanup to be done, and those dollars really add up. So it's really important that you track this stuff. Reconcile your book of business really to make sure that you're getting paid on all of your policies. And so do it monthly and check what you have on your policy tracker with what your carrier actually shows in their portal. Make sure that they match up, because these things fall off the books or you get left off as the agent in certain circumstances. And we all work really, really hard, and we want to receive every dollar that we're entitled to get for the work that we put in. Agents can miss out on thousands of dollars really by not reconciling their book. We've seen this time and time again where agents that are very successful, their book gets so big and the money's rolling in and they're not really tracking it. They don't really know exactly what's going on with every policy, and they're not reconciling it. So we've seen agents that missed out on $15,000, $25,000, $30,000 over the course of a year because they weren't reconciling it and they don't know what they don't know. If they would have checked and balanced that between their master policy tracker and what the carrier shows, they wouldn't have missed out on that commission. They would have known exactly what was missing and for who. They could have taken action and reconciled it, and then they would have received the entire commission for all the work that they already put in. Know the score. With a great policy tracker, you need to know the score, meaning you need to know exactly where you are in comparison to your goals, especially during open enrollment. Things get so crazy. If you don't know the score and know exactly what you've written in comparison to your goals, you don't know where you're at. You don't know how much money you've made this open enrollment. You don't know where you're at as far as your pace, and if you need to maybe increase the pace or maybe you're ahead of the pace. But if you don't know, you're not really sure how to gauge that and where to focus. So knowing the score helps you really know where to focus, and it might even help motivate you to push a little bit harder because your eye is on the prize and you can see where it's at and you know where you're at. So you can actually download Compass's policy tracker by going to the link below. It's a great tool. I think it'll really help you excel in your business, help you reconcile your book, and keep track of everything that's going on. So it only works if you use it. Now, to kind of summarize everything, the Compass difference and things that we do to help out agents and really excel in this business. The CPN that we talked about, the Compass Presentation Navigator, it's the only platform on the market that's really a full service platform, meaning it's bringing in and acting as your CRM. It's doing all of your marketing automation, your scheduling automation, your quoting, and then it's building a custom dynamic presentation every time that you're preparing for a meeting with a client, capped off by an easy and clean to read side-by-side cost comparison, a plan analysis tool, and with one easy click you do all of your client follow-up automation, including all the cost breakdown, the brochures, the links to the providers, carrier phone numbers. Everything's in there with one click, so it really goes from start to finish, and it'll take all the information and help you easily start applications without any double data entry. And so a phenomenal tool to really help you top to bottom in excelling in this business. It's custom really for insurance agents. We built this, Compass built this from scratch, so we really built it with insurance agents in mind. Everything that we've done is based on field feedback, so agents that are in the field and really providing feedback on how we can make it better every single year. It's no cost for Compass agents. We have other programs, so please reach out to us if you'd like more information. You can also go to careerswithcompass.com and learn more about the Compass Presentation Navigator. We've heard from agents that it's saved them anywhere from $600 to $700 per month in technology costs. And it's also helped agents increase their overall ability to cross-sell because everything's in one place and it's a proven process. We know that agents in the insurance industry for ACA have an average first-year commission of $450 per year. Compass agents using the Compass Presentation Navigator average over $840 first-year commission per ACA client. That's a huge increase, almost double. So if you have any questions or comments, please contact us, or again, you can go to careerswithcompass.com. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll be talking to you soon.